That is so annoying. Oh yeah, we're back, I think.
Is the stream back?
Yep.
Right, I'll just... Sorry about that, everyone. I had no idea the stream went down because I had no warning that the stream had gone down. So apologies on that.
I didn't see my pings, so sorry everyone. Sorry.
Oh no.
Anyway, we're on lap 20. I think the stream ended on lap 3. So, a lot's happened. We've had 3 retirements. 2 of them were in the pit lane. Wookie did have a massive moment on the Nouvelle chicane. That took him out of the race. As Jay Rooster doesn't finish. I don't know what's happened to him. Is there safety cars out?
Yeah, so looks like Fire J's brought his safety car out. I do apologise to everybody. I had no idea the stream went down. And this is why, and I didn't realise the stream wasn't going, but this is why I said to Morgan that Gekke's staying out because in case of another retirement. So Gekke is pretty much guaranteed a point as long as he finishes now, and this changes everything. We're on lap 21 now with a full safety car. So, but the Aston Martin safety car out on lap 21 for Fire J retiring.
Oh, that's annoying, the stream stopping. Oh well, we go again. What can we do about it? We're only halfway through. And to be honest, besides a few overtakes and...
Yeah, I know you messaged me on PlayStation, Barber, but when I'm streaming, nothing. I get no notifications pop up, and according to my console, the stream was running, so I had no idea. So, honestly, I am very, very sorry to everybody, and massively sorry to Tier 3, because I had no idea there was no stream running.
I should have checked my pings, really, considering I never get pinged. So 3 pings all at once should have been enough, really. Oh well, you know. What can you do? What can you do? Technology failing us.
Anyway, lap 21, and we have a full safety car. We have Kick leading, Connor second, Triz third, Drag King fourth, Airways fifth, Stoob sixth, Armar seventh, Hive 8th, Lorpy 9th, Ty Clear 10th, Winky 11th, Smith 12th, Drifthawk 13th, Night Shadow 14th, and Gekke 15th. So we've lost 4 cars. Fire J, Nels, John B and Wookie. So as long as you finish now at this stage with only 15 runners left in this one, you're guaranteed points. Everybody who's watching at this moment, I know I've said it already, but I am terribly sorry. I had no idea the stream went down, and I was getting no notifications or pings from anybody or any messages showing up on PlayStation, because when the stream is going, I get no notifications come through on my system. So massive apology on my half. Things just haven't gone smooth, but we'll carry on anyway. Over halfway.
Wondering how long the safety car will be out for.
It's usually about 2 or 3 laps the safety car stays out for. It's around about 2 or 3 laps depending on how close to the end of the race it is, but since we're just over halfway into this one, I believe it's going to be, like I say, 2 or 3 laps behind the safety car.
I'm hoping safety car will come in at the end of this lap because it's been around 3 laps now.
It should be the end of this one, as we have a few stragglers still trying to catch the train. We've got quite a few cars out of position as well, with being a lap down as well, and sadly, because they haven't programmed it into the game, it will not let you unlap. So we have a few cars out of position. We have a Haas third in the train, but I believe that is probably tie clear. So it's going to have to be a tricky situation for those cars that are out of position in the train, because they're going to have to allow the quicker cars through without causing any issues on the restart. Still 4 cars to catch the back of the train. The Aston Martin of Hive has just caught it, as we have these lights out on the safety car. So Kick will take control of the pack for this restart to allow the safety car to bail off into the pit lane, and then we'll go green flag at the start of lap 24 as Kick brings it out. Yeah, oh, that's tie clear, getting out the way for the cars behind, which has allowed Kick and Connor to sprint away the front 2 as Drifthawk gets 3 seconds.
Lots of people getting penalties around here.
And because it's reset, that gap between Kick and Connor has been reset. We have Kick on hards and Connor's on a set of mediums, so roles reversed. But on a team point of things, it's looking very, very strong for both Sauber, Red Bull and Williams, with all 3 of those teams having both of their cars in that top 6. We have a sandwich in the top 6 as Gav's gone at... Oh, we've got another safety car. That is at the Novell chicane.
No safety cars for the whole time. Even when Wookie...
yeah, Wookie crashing at that point. Chicane. So we've just had one...
Now. Wow.
Yeah, we've just had one safety car reset. And now we've got another one.
Another point for Gecko Matthew.
Yeah, that's 2 points now.
I mean, that's very smart from him, to be fair. I'll give him that.
This is why we tell people not to retire so early, because you don't know what's going to happen. As long as you finish, you could be guaranteed a point. If you retire early, then you're kind of giving up an opportunity of anything happening. And Gecko showing that as long as you keep going, you can score a point. As long as you keep going. So now we have another safety car intervention. So it'd be another 2 or 3 laps behind the Aston Martin again. I believe it'll only be 2, because the pack will get bunched back up as earlier than before.
Blood magic, no he... actually, will he still get the point?
If you retire, I don't believe you get the point. So even though Gav has retired, and when Gekke's gone past the amount of laps to get the position as he has done, Gecko now in 14th, even though Gav is 15th, which is a point scoring position, because you've not finished, I believe you don't get the points. If you want to find out, the easy way is ask Ant, who does the results tables. He'll be able to tell you straight away whether or not if they finish in the points like Gav in 15th, but he's not going to be classified. So I believe he will not get the point for 15th, but I'm sure Ant can pretty much clarify that.
Ant knows everything. He knows everything.
You have to complete 90% of race distance to be classified as a point scorer, so I'm trying to work out if Gav would be classified, because I don't know what 90% of 39 would be. 35 and a bit, so yeah, Gav will not be classified as a point scorer because he's not done 90% of the race distance, so thank you for that, Ant.
As long as Geke can do 10 more laps, then he should be in for some championship.
Safety car in again, so it's going to be green flag at the start of lap 27.
That's a good shot there of the harbour.
So Kick's got to do it all again. Will he go differently this time, because will he mix it up to try and force Connor to not match him? He's gone a bit later than he did before. He's gone out of Anthony Norris, but Connor's kept with him, and the two Williams are there as well. You got a Ferrari that's a lap down that has just tried to overtake Honor Williams. If you're quick enough, you can do. But Drag King wouldn't have liked that, especially into the first corner. As we have a yellow flag, that will be the Ferrari of Winky getting out of the way, because he's the only Ferrari left in this race. We've lost both Alpines, both McLarens and a Ferrari, as Stube has fallen behind Hive, so Hive is now in 5th, and Airways in the Red Bull 7th. Higher tier driver, I believe, would have pitted under the safety car. Brilliant overhead shot of the harbour. Yeah, Kick and Connor, half a second between them.
Wonder if Connor will get JP on the straight now. I think it'll be interesting to see who can brake later.
Kick's just got to
got DRS now though.
Just got to park the car in the right places. Lorpy 10 seconds for speeding in the pit lane on the way in. So easily done. It's so easily done at Monaco, because the pit entry is right in your face as soon as you're halfway between Raskas and Anthony Norris. But the gap has opened up. Oh, it's raining!
Oh my.
It is raining here at Monaco in Tier 3.
Did any more happen in this race?
I'm getting flashbacks to Tier 2 at the start of the week. So now this is going to make things interesting.
I can get in very close to Triz now, all over the back. Such a horrible feeling when you've got nowhere to go, but you know you're faster than the car in front. Just about.
Will we see team orders at Williams? Because at the end of the day, you don't want to hit your teammate. Rule 1 is you don't crash into your teammates. So will we possibly see Triz and Drag King play a bit of team orders or teammanship to allow the quicker car through? The problem is when...
to Canada.
Yeah. The thing is though, if it gets wet enough for intermediates, because they're both together on track,
Making
you
a
don't
double
want
stack.
you don't want to be the second
Well,
car
I don't
because you'll
want
be
to.
double stacking. So one of them will probably have to be forced to go an extra lap. I'm trying to look at the surface of the track and it is looking to get rather greasy. As, Drag King getting all
Slides.
out of shape, sliding on those tyres, so it does look to be getting slippery on surface. Just jumped to Drifthawk, who's just come out of the pits, and he's on intermediates. The Mercedes of Drifthawk is on intermediates.
Interesting. Was that too early though? I think it was a good call actually, but was he
Tie
finding
clear,
himself
3
in the pit?
seconds. The gap out front is 3.6. As Connor's in, the Red Bull is in. Let's see what the... It's the intermediate tyres for the Red Bull. Connor's going on to the Inters. Everybody else behind in as well.
Oh, I forgot collisions were off in the pit lane.
Yeah,
I just saw
unsafe
Connor and
release is
Drag King.
not on. Yeah, as we see, because both Williams were together. One is pitted, one is carried on. It definitely looks wet, damp on the track now. Inters look to be the tyre to be on at this stage because you can see the droplets on the track to signify the track is starting to get wet. So the Inters will be the correct call at this stage.
JP finding himself going slower through some of those corners and also pushing Ryder.
Yeah, he's going to be tiptoeing to try and get back.
Does he pit this lap though? I think he will.
He should do, because looking at the track and the droplets of rain hitting the ground, you can tell how wet it's getting, and the Inters do look to be the ideal tyre to be on. So we're looking at Connor coming through the Novell chicane. It looks nice and tidy. As race leaders in, kick is in. This will be for the intermediates.
Will Connor make it past Hick? He might make it.
He's just coming through the swimming pool now towards Raskas.
Oh, Hick gets out just in the nick of time, actually.
Yeah, Kick will hold on to the lead because he's going through turn 1 because the pit exit cuts turn 1. So Kick retains the lead despite going a lap longer than Connor. So Kick now on the Inters. Drag King up to third. Has got ahead of his teammate. Triz went a lap longer. Those Williams are now swapped as DRS is now disabled. This is now a wet race with the deactivation of DRS, which makes it even harder to overtake. We've got about 9 laps left of this race as Geke gets 3 seconds. The drivers will be looking at this now that they will not want to take any risks. It's a lot harder to overtake with these conditions and the disactivation of DRS. So I believe a lot of these drivers with 9 laps to go will look to make sure they get the cars to the end, because everyone in that 14 runners will be guaranteed points as Drag King clips the wall on the exit of Tabac. No damage on the Williams.
JP really sliding that back set of tyres. Might this be worthy of wet tyres, dare I say it? I think they'll make it, but
I don't think it's wet enough for full wets because we haven't got any spray coming up from the track surface yet.
that's a good point.
So it's more or less intermediates at this stage. We have a lovely train behind Triz, and because it's wet you're going to be braking a lot earlier and you won't be taking as much risk because it only takes one little error and you'll end up in the barrier, especially in the slippery conditions. It's more treacherous. So Triz holding a train of 4 but 3 cars behind him. It's Triz, Hive, Armar and Airways. That is, I believe, Geke just ahead of them in the racing ball, so he will be getting out the way. Yes, he does. through the tunnel as we have a yellow flag. That's the back markers letting the quicker cars through. These are the only cars that are close together on track. These 4. Everybody else is spread out over a second. So I think we're going to just stick with this about now. Hive all over the back of Triz's Williams. But we
are in a very tight pack.
Yeah, that's the battle that we've got on stream right now, as we can see bits of spray now being kicked up from the intermediate tyres, so the track is getting wetter. You can see a little haze coming off the rear tyres of the cars, so visibility is getting worse as we count down these laps. Lap 33 of 39, it's 7.4 seconds out front for Kick in the Sauber.
Lorpy sliding that back, those rear tyres round. People still struggling even on the inters.
It's a low grip track, so it's you got low speed corners, you got a damp surface, and it's a low grip track in general. As Hive is having a look at Triz into the Novell chicane. That is tight, but he makes the move.
Oh, and he spins.
Yeah, contact between the two of them. I think Hive was taking too much of a risk. We may see that in the stewards. There is damage to Triz's Williams.
I don't think Hive could have realistically backed out, even though he'd sent it that far in. So I think he's ambitious to send it in and expect a move to be completed there, but you do have to feel for him, because halfway in that he probably realised this isn't what I should be doing.
Yeah, he probably, like you say, he's probably gone for the move and then thought, oh no, this is not going to work out. And with the wet track, you've got very little grip compared to what you usually have, so you've got to be more cautious on the brakes, as you can see more and more spray being kicked up from the cars.
To be fair, it was a good initial move. I mean, it wasn't a great place to do it, but it was a very clean racing move to start off with.
Very, very true, Ryan. No reward without risk. So Hive took the gamble, but it didn't quite pay off, as Stu is fighting to get that car stopped for the Nelville chicane. You can see how wet it is now. This is definitely intermediate conditions in these closing stages, but you can see the nature of this track and the wet conditions, how difficult it actually is to overtake, as Hive is all over the back of Stube, who's missing both end plates. So Stube is pretty much just making sure he gets to the end, and Hive is all over the back of the Sauber, because the Sauber's missing two initial parts of that front wing, which is helping the downforces. Hive is sliding all over the back of the Sauber, wanting to get past. Stube carrying 3 seconds. Hive having a look. Oh, that's tight. Wasn't quite far enough alongside, so Stu could position his car where he wanted it.
Hive once again having a look. Wonder if he's gonna learn from his mistake or have a look into the Nouvelle chicane again.
I think he's a little too far back going towards the Nouvelle chicane.
Oh, very close to that front wing.
Yeah, Stu doing very, very well to keep it out the barriers with the lack of downforce that he has on the front of that car.
And also trying to defend from the car behind.
Yeah, we have a yellow flag. I believe that's the lap car getting out of the way. This is the battle for 7th and 8th. As Armagh has overtaken Triz down towards Sandevot.
Airways is getting rather close to Triz as well. Is this the end? Essentially the end of the race for Triz.
Oh, Hive has got Stube.
Of Hive.
Hive has got past Stube. So Hive back
racing
up.
very aggressively around here today. I mean, I respect it because you've got to be ambitious to make some moves around here. But
yeah,
as Ryan said, no reward without risk.
Yep. And he's definitely taking the risks and reaping the rewards if it works. The gap out front now between the front two is 9.7 seconds, so we'll just jump to Kick for a little bit, who's pretty much been in control throughout this race.
10 seconds, that's very impressive to pull that amount of a gap. He's a monster in the wet, to be fair. Because there wasn't that gap before it started raining.
I mean, I'll give Connor his due as well with being a tier... I believe Connor's a tier 4 driver, reserving in this tier, so... Fair play to him for stepping up to a tier above and being where he is, because those two have pretty much been first and second throughout this race. Both qualifying on those front row positions.
Drag King did move up from tier 4 recently.
Yeah, Drag King's
so he's
now
done a very good job.
Yeah, he's a permanent tier 3 driver now, because he's pretty much replaced Maka, who has gone up from tier 3 to tier 2. He had his first race round here in tier 2 and also performed well. So even Drag King with the promotion showing good promise after the promotion, as we are on the penultimate lap 38 of 39.
Interesting race this one's been. It's felt very, very long.
Airways has got out the way of Hive to allow Hive to gain a position. The higher tier driver moving out the way. The higher tier drivers, I believe, will pit on this lap because they have to pit on the penultimate lap.
All of these are in for points now, even if they manage to spin on the last.
Yeah, we are past 90% as Hive is having a look on the inside. All bit of banging. Still there. And again, still banging, and he's hit the wall.
I've, again, driving very aggressively. I mean, I do respect it. Good on him.
This time it didn't work out, and he's got damage to that front wing of the Aston. Triz coasting round with a bit of damage on the Williams, but he's been managing himself, staying out the walls as Airways and Hive have a moment. Airways through as we're on the final lap, so we'll join Kick for his last lap around the streets of Monaco. He's got 11 and a half seconds.
Drifting it through there.
Nicely controlled by Kick on this final lap. He's had very little challenge apart from Connor on the safety car restarts, but he controlled both the safety car restarts to perfection as the higher tier drivers of Armagh and Airways have pitted by the rules, so I believe Lorpy will also follow suit as well. But we are following Kick through to back And then the swimming pool section for the very last time. You can see how slippery the track is now. But it is the last lap.
Yep, there is higher tier rules.
As Kit comes round the final corner, and now it's simply a run to the line. Kit will win the Monaco Grand Prix from pole position. And now we're waiting about 13 seconds for Connor to come in second place. So it's going to be Sauber from Red Bull, your top two. And it's a big haul of points for Williams coming in third and fourth. We have Drag King coming over the line to get the final podium position. Triz is in fourth. He is just coming through the swimming pool section now. So it looks to be P4 for Triz. Hive will come behind in fifth, so Williams, Aston Martin fourth and fifth.
Only gets 10 seconds.
Airways and Armour dropping off a lot to try and allow the lower drivers to gain places. Sporting, very sporting from the higher tiers.
I put it in the pits.
Yep, Stube goes through. We have a few people catching the flag further down. We've got Geke 14th, Smith in 13th. Drifthawk brought the car home.
Geke played that very tactically. I do respect that. That was very, very good.
And there is Winky, the last car across the line. So a very interesting finish to the end of Tier 3 with the wet conditions. Apologies that you didn't see most of that race because I had no idea the stream went down very early in the session. But we got to see an interesting finish with the wet and the intermediate tyres. So there's your top three. Kick, Connor and Drag King. The top three in Tier 3 at Monaco. As we'll run through the provisional running order as well. So race winner was Kick. Your fastest lap driver was Armour. Driver of the day, Armour. Most overtakes, Armour. Cleanest driver went to Connor. So this is the provisional order before stewards get involved. We have Kick, Connor, Drag King, your top three. Then it's Triz, Hive, Stube, Airways, Armour, Lorpy, Ty Clear, Winky, Drifthawk, Smick, Geke get the points finishes. Then the non-finishers were Night Shadow, Fire J, Nels, John B and Wookie. So we had 19 to start with. We only had 14 to finish. I don't know who to give.
Race, that.
Yeah, it was.
I think personally, I'd have to give it to JP.
Yeah, it was a very controlled and commanded race out front for JP. Took pole, controlled the race out front throughout, even getting the safety car restarts to perfection. So, and with the nature of Monaco and being close to the barriers and that, the pace that he was showing and the consistency and the lack of errors, and especially when it started to get wet as well, to open that gap back up again. So JP, you get our driver of the day. We still have one more race tonight coming for you, which is Tier 4, which will be at 8:45 in another 14 minutes. So that is it from Tier 3. Apologies you didn't see much of it. That's on me, so apologies again. Thank you, Morgan, for being alongside me. First time commentating with you. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me, mate. It's been good fun.
So yeah, stay tuned for Tier 4 to go live racing at 8:45. Tier 3 will be back at 7 o'clock next week when we go racing around Spa in Belgium. So that's good night from Tier 3.